much I needed to save. I got by the 27 because I wanted to be leading the race. I knew it was going to be easier to defend than it was going to be to try to pass when everyone decided to take off. And we got a little bit lucky today, but really happy. We've had a tough year and had a lot of things go wrong, a lot of bad luck, and it's very nice to have good luck. And had Johnny Morris here from Bass Pro Shops today, and the folks from Liftmaster. So had a good Chevy and got a good finish.
Now, what's going through your mind? You made the pass on the 27 car, handful of laps to go. You know the 24 is coming in your mirror. What are you thinking?
Well, when they said the 24 was 2 seconds back, I honestly was thinking I would rather lead this and run out of gas than finish second and still have enough left and think that you could have won again, because it's so hard here in the Daytona 500. It's so hard to put yourself in that position. You just don't want to ever give it a chance. But certainly congratulations to Paul Menard. He's a really good guy, and his crew chief Slugger, Richard Chillis, all those guys, it's really cool to see someone like that win.
And well done, bud.
Thank you.
JIMMIE McMurray, first top 5 of the year.
Big races this season, a theme. First-time winners. Trevor Bayne kicked it off in Daytona in February. Regan Smith in Darlington. Today also had a good day. Of course, we had David Reagan in Daytona in July. Today, Paul Menard gets the win here in Indianapolis. And speaking of one of the guys on that list, Regan Smith never finished better than 30th here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That is until today in his event.
Regan Smith had never had a top 10 before, and then this year in the big races, the Daytona 500, Darlington, he won that one, the Coke 600 in 3rd place here today at the Brickyard. How do you put that in perspective?
Well, that's the most bittersweet 3rd place of all time, because you can see the leaders. I saw the 27. I knew he was on the same strategy as us, and I wanted to go when he went, and we decided to pull the reins back a little bit, hoping some more of them would run out of fuel. And then I saw the 24 come, and I thought, oh, we're in trouble now because he doesn't have to save it all. So that kind of made our decision for us. The bittersweet part's because I'm so happy for Paul Menard down there. I know what this race means to that family and to him in particular, and can't wait to get to victory lane and congratulate him. That's a really cool deal.
What it means for this team to have the kind of year that you've had, not just the win, but the strides you've taken?
Well, we needed to. We felt like we were a team capable of taking strides, and we had a top 10 car today. That's what we had. Things played out correct. We were going to finish right around 9th or 10th. The strategy was played out for us when the 51 car wrecked. We got our grill covered up in grass and actually had to pit and clean it off and go to the tail end. So we pitted right before the green came out, and it worked out perfect.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Regan Smith, 3rd place.
Such a good story for Paul Menard to make it to victory lane, but keep this in mind about his crew chief. 2 years ago, Slugger Labby went to Daytona with the 23 cars with a volunteer crew of guys who had recently lost their jobs. They were trying to go to Daytona together to prove their worth. Today, he has won the Brickyard 400.
They have proved everything. Slugger's always been a fantastic crew chief in this garage area, Nicole. He's done an incredible job out there. Now he's proved his skills on a very biggest stage, one of the biggest stages right here at Indianapolis, Brad. Guy is really good.
Yeah, we've always known Slugger was an outstanding crew chief. But the thing for me is Paul Menard. We've seen him over the past 3 seasons come oh so close to getting that first victory. And like I said earlier in the day, you don't back into these things. You earn these victories. He backed that car up, saved some fuel, and put the hammer down. Paul Menard won the Brickyard 400 today.
And as we said earlier, it puts him in contention to make the chase. Right now, he is a wild card, and right now, guess where he is going? On his way out to the Yard of Bricks for the traditional kissing of the bricks. He's already received so much celebration and so much congratulatory notes. You've heard the drivers telling him this is such a good story. Of course, one of the drivers who visited him in victory lane, the guy who has won here 4 times, who almost was able to get win number 5 today, that would be Jeff Gordon. More post-race reaction from the Brickyard. Paul Menard, your winner.
Ends at 5th place. Not the result I know you were hoping for, but how was it today for you?
Really good. I mean, our crown row forward was really fast. I thought Jeff Gordon probably had the dominant car, and he's just really, really good here. But there was one time we got in front of him where we could stay there for a while, but felt like really overall we had the 2nd best car. Just, didn't work out with strategy, and fuel mileage and all that stuff. But we had a lot of speed in our car, which was nice.
Matkins at 5th place today at the Brickyard.
All right, Vince, thanks. And Tony Stewart knows what that ride around here is like in the convertible after winning. He led this race late, had to make a late pit stop for fuel. He wound up finishing in 6th position to Dr. Jerry Bunch.
With Tony Stewart back here in the garage area, Tony, how many battles did you have to win today to finish 6th?
I don't know. We had the problem on the first pit stop there, or the green flag stop there, getting on the outside of Harvick and hitting the cone. So that was hard to take, but we just
fought all day. I'm really proud of Darren Grubb and these guys on this mobile one off the Steeple Chevy. They did it. I didn't do it. I mean, I just fought for everything I could get all day, but you know, we didn't have the best car by any means, but they fought hard and did a good job getting us up there.
You guys made so many changes on pit road. They took a packer out, adjustments, wedge, tire pressure, and I heard you say the front end just would not bite. Does anything seem to help it at all?
Clean air. That's the only thing. You know, as famed as this place is and as much history as it is, it's one of the hardest places to race, guys, because it's one groove and the corners are short corners to try to make a run on somebody. You can't run on the outside of them, so it makes it really hard, and you really got to plan your run on guys and figuring out where to pass and how to play the track position game. So you know, whatever you get here, you appreciate it because you've had to earn it. You don't get anything free here.
You were leading with 20 laps to go, and they said, okay, maybe a lap and a half shy on fuel. I heard them discussing with you maybe going for it and rolling the dice, but you opted to come on pit road.
I was trying to roll the dice and go for it, but you know, they said a lap and a half, but it was 3 laps I found out from Darren here once we got back to the bus. There's no way we could have saved that kind of fuel and done anything productive on the racetrack. So you know, it's like he said. He just said, give me everything you can give me, and you know, we were in that last stint and a half as hard as we could.
He wanted to take Grandpa's Mobile One colors to victory lane today at Indianapolis. He promised him back in September. He tried hard, but it wasn't to be.
All right, thanks, Doc. And Paul Menard arriving at the Yard of Bricks, and they're going to set up the ceremony. Tradition started by the team of Ardale Jarrett after winning this race. Crew Chief Todd Parrott over in Victory Lane said, come on, we're going to go do something.
I couldn't figure out why we wanted to leave Victory Lane. We'd worked hard to get there, but obviously Todd had a great idea, and our team enjoyed it, and it's nice to see something that we started as a team continue as a tradition here, and it's a great tradition.
So what's a brick taste like at this moment?
Oh, it is so sweet right now, I can tell you. Yeah, proud of that young man right there. Paul Menard worked hard, worked his way, driven a lot of different kind of cars and things, and it's a really great kiss whenever he's going to bend down right here and enjoy the Yard of Bricks that he's driven across 160 times today, and the first one to get there at lap 160.
Is it always chaotic?
No, we weren't quite this orchestrated. We just, of course, they've got it now down to a science with all the photographers and everything, but you know, we just kind of got out there and did it on our own to start with. See Jen Roster, that's Paul's girlfriend beside him, celebrating with him. Got to be so proud of him.
Absolutely. Andy, because of the prominence of the Menard family, there were some who questioned the desire to really succeed at racing of the driver, Paul.
I can tell you firsthand, I worked with Paul for a couple of years. He's got great work ethic. He's an extremely fine young man, and he doesn't take anything for granted. I mean, he knows that he's been blessed in his life, and but he works hard for it. He's done a great job in his career.
And he's celebrating a tremendous win today at Indianapolis. A win that has some pretty big implications for championship hopes for Paul. We'll talk more about that when we continue our post-race after the 18th Brickyard 400. The celebration continues.
And at the end of the day, is that pretty good, depending on how you're running today?
Characteristically for us here and for the damage and everything that we had today on the M&M's Camry, certainly. Definitely had no idea that, you know, the day would be so ugly, but yet, you know, come out of it smelling like a rose, I guess. So all in all, you know, guys did a great job. You know, we worked our butts off this whole weekend trying to get something out of nothing. Just could never get the car to be fast off the beginning, you know, the first couple laps of a run, and that kind of hurt us qualifying a little bit, marred us back in traffic, but we got up front, and then, you know, on one of those pit stops there, I didn't know the 14 was coming around me. I guess I should have saw his pit board, but, you know, we collected into the 14 on pit road and tore up the car and salvaged back in traffic the rest of the day, but then had a pit strategy there at the end to try to make it on fuel, and we did. So commend Dave and the guys for giving me good fuel mileage. JGR Engine Shop did a nice job today, so we'll take 10th and go on to Pocono.
A day salvaged by Kyle Busch.
And Kyle Busch lines up 4th in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship standings after Indianapolis on the spot. See how the numbers shake out with Dale Earnhardt Jr. now dropping down into that 10th position. Remember, this season, 11th and 12th are wild card spots for drivers between 11th and 20th in championship points with a win. And look what that victory does for Paul Menard.
Yeah, puts him in that spot. We'll see Tony Stewart moving up into the top 10, moving up a couple spots.
And for people like Clint Boyer and Greg Biffle and Kasey Kahne, the pressure just builds.
Yeah, it continues to build, and David Reagan falls outside of that group now, even though he has that win.
The Slugger Labby plotted the strategy. Richard Childress assembled the team that won this Brickyard 400. Jamie?
Two very happy gentlemen. Slugger, I'll start with you. I talked to you this morning, and you told me fuel strategy will be on our side. We can go 33 laps, and it's played out. What is this moment like?
It's great, you know, but really I got to thank Childress. You know, he took a chance on Paul and myself, and, you know, not many people thought Paul could do it, and I knew by working with him last year at RPM, Paul's one hell of a race car driver, and Richard gives us all the tools we need, and everyone at RCR, so man, I wish all the guys from the shop could fly here and be here and acknowledge what's going on, but man, we're at the Brickyard, and to kiss the bricks is just so sweet, but fuel mileage, I mean, I didn't lie to you. We told you what we could do, and we stretched it, and we knew when that caution come out, that was going to be the race, and we just worked on keeping the 5 and the 1 behind us, and we kept watching the 24. When he was 13 seconds back, I kept watching him, and man, we just released Paul with 2 to go, and it worked out.